Hello, hello, hello. Yes.
Chuck Huber, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. Hi. How's everyone doing? Are you good? Are you happy? Am I on camera? Are you filming me?
I am.
All right.
Good luck on that table. It might not be sturdy.
No, this could be really entertaining. Like if this totally falls over. That would be hilarious because I would roll like that way.
Hopefully.
Into the board operator and the board, and I would knock that tea over into the chair. Someone would sit on it later and get their butt all wet. That's what would happen. Hi, everyone. My name's Chuck. I am a voice actor and a leg actor and face actor. At times, I act with both my legs and my face and my voice. I can act with almost my whole body, except this part of my ear. There's no acting happening there. That's it. It's kind of boring. Are you filming me right now with that camera? Are you taking pictures? Okay. Do you want me to pose? You're welcome. I used to be a model. Are you taking pictures?
You look like Wolverine in that. It's awesome.
Do I?
I just saw it from this angle.
I
It's
want
pretty
that
great.
filter, whatever filter that is, that makes me look like Wolverine.
The Wolverine
I
filter.
usually start by answering all the questions that people usually ask me, so I'll start by answering the question, how did I get into voice acting? And the story goes like this. I was always an actor. I liked being an actor as a child. You know, we're all actors as children, right? Because you pick up, you're like, that's acting, You just pretended that was a ship and that it exploded. You're really sad, though, if that's your toy as a child. I remember when my mom got me the piece of paper to play with. But I was an actor as a child, and then I became an actor in school, and then I was an actor in college. And then I left college to start acting, and then that was in Chicago. And then I moved to Texas, where Funimation is. You guys know Funimation, right? Yeah, Funimation. Yeah, Funimation's pretty awesome. They've given me a lot of awesome work to do over the past 20 years, practically, that I've been working there. Seriously, it's almost 20 years. How many of you are less than 20 years old? Raise your hand. Before you were born,
Sorry.
I was acting in anime. So then I was at a rehearsal for an improv group that I was an actor in, and one of the actors came in and was like, hey, you should go audition for this Dragon Balls thing. And I was like, Dragon Balls? That sounds like porn. And they were like, no, it's Japanese anime. And I was like, definitely porn. They're like, no, it's really totally cool. You should go audition for it. So I went, and he's like, here's this number for this guy. His name is Chris Sabat, and he will be auditioning you. So I called this number, and I was like, ring. And then this guy answered it. It was like 1972 because the phone rang like that. Ring. But he answered the phone. He's like, hey, hi, hey, my name's Chris, and hello. I'm saying hello to my phone now. And I was like, hey, man, I was told to audition for Dragon Balls. And he's like, no, it's pronounced Dragon Ball Z, common mistake, everyone makes that. Yeah, sure, man, you want to come in? Yeah, you should come audition. Yeah, you want to come in at 4, or tomorrow at 5, or 4? Yeah, how about 4 o'clock? And I was like, okay, man, I'll totally come audition tomorrow at 4. He's like, okay. And I'm like, where is it? He's like, it's at do you know where the Bank of America building is in North Richland Hills? And I was like, yeah. It's there. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Click. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to go to a bank tomorrow at 4.
An audition for porn.
And audition for Dragon Balls.
Yeah. Because you weren't clear on whether or not you knew what it was at the time.
No, I still wasn't sure it was a real thing.
Just make it sure.
Because I'd been working professionally in Chicago for 7 years before that. I'd done movies and television shows and theater work. And so I was now in Texas. And I was auditioning for Dragon Balls, and I was at a bank. So I got to the bank, and I was driving to the bank, and it was one of those days where it was raining, and my bank account was overdrawn, and I actually got a flat tire on the way to the audition, and I was changing the tire in the rain on the side of the highway. Like, I'm not going to stupid dragon Japanese anime audition. I don't stupid. You know, and I almost didn't go. And there was like this, you know, you have that little voice inside of you. It's like, Chuck, go to the. It was, you know, you hit Chuck. You should go. It was Vic Mignogna's voice. It was like, Chuck, go to the audition. I want you to be in Star Trek Continues later. And I was like, okay, I'll go, Vic, voice inside me. And so I did. I went and auditioned. It really wasn't Vic's voice, but I wish Vic's voice was telling me to do stuff all day long. That guy is awesome. But yeah, I went and I auditioned, and I walked in, and it was like weird. Because I was like, do I need to open an account to audition? And they were like, oh, no, you want Funimation. That's in the office next door. So I went and auditioned, and I got the role of Garlic Jr. to start. I'm going to push you into the dead zone. And then I was Android 17, and now I'm going to kill you because humans are stupid. And when I saw Android 17 the first time, like I got in the booth to start recording him, and I was like, who is she? They had like the video up of the show, and it was like on Android 17, and I was like, who is she? She is totally hot. And they were like, no, dude, that's you. And I was like, I feel very creepy right now. I thought me was hot. I'm
sorry you feel that way about yourself, Chuck. I hope that's better now.
I respect myself as a beautiful human creature, as all human creatures should, but I was like, that chick is hot. And they're like, no, that chick is you. And I was like, now I'm confused and feel creepy. But that's how I got into anime. That's the basic story. Looks like there's a question here if you want to grab that. If you want to pause updating your Facebook status.
No, I was just telling the world how awesome you were, but I'll delete it now.
No, delete
jerk.
That. Delete that.
Oh, Mr. Huber. Okay, out of all the characters that you voiced in anime, which one was your favorite?
You know, that's awesome that you said that, because that's usually the next question I answer. So, like, I love all my characters. All my characters are awesome, except Shao Tucker. He's amazing. I got a heart for Shao Tucker. That's nice. But my favorite character is Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. And that, we can cheer for Hiei. Yeah! Some people are like, what is Yu Yu Hakusho? Like children, they need to re-release it. But I'd never signed an autograph before Hiei, and I was up at Funimation, and we're recording Yu Yu Hakusho, and they were like, we want to take you to a con. And I was like, awesome. What is that? They were like, it's a place where people cosplay. And I was like, start using English words. What is cosplay? They're like, you'll see, people dress up. And I was like, oh, okay. They're like, we're going to buy you a plane ticket. I was like, awesome. Yeah, I'll totally go. What am I going to do? Pass out flyers? Watch Yu Yu Hakusho. It's a great show. Watch my show. I thought they were like hiring me to go to a convention to like, you know, I thought I was going to
do the legwork.
Yeah, I thought it was like marketing. I'm like a marketing guy. They're like, no, Chuck, you're going to sign autographs. And I was like, you're stupid. And they were like, no, seriously, people want to meet you and you can sign autographs. And I was like, I didn't understand, because I'd been an actor by that time for like 10 or 11 years and nobody had ever wanted my autograph before. So I was like, I don't think you guys know what you're doing. And they brought me to a room. It was like a room about this size. You know, they sit you down at the table for the autographs, and you know, they queue the line away from the table, and I sat down, and I was like, see, there is nobody here. This is embarrassing. I'm going to sit here for 4 hours. And they were like, no, Chuck, that is your line for people, some hanging from the ceiling. They really want to see you. And so I signed autographs for the first time ever in my life for 4 hours straight. And it was all for Hiei. And those first people in the line had been in line for hours waiting for me. And so it was a little scary at first, because those people probably really, really had to pee, I imagine, because they've been, just stuck in line. And so they were like, ah! And I was like, leave me alone, I'm scared. And then I got it. Like after 10 or 15 minutes, I was like, oh, these are all my friends from high school. This is just, oh, I get it. okay, I know what's going on. And you start signing autographs, and I was like, the first one I signed, I was like, do you want the middle name too? Should I? No? Okay. There you go. And they were like, Chuck, you're going to have to do that a little quicker. And then I started learning how to like sign my like autograph signature. And then like for the next 20 minutes then, it was like people got really weird signatures because I was like, I wonder if I could put a rocket on the end of Huber, and I'm like, rocket, oh, that looks bad. So I like tried out all these signatures for a while and then finally settled on like the Chuck Huber signature. So Hiei's my favorite for that reason, because, that's the first time I got to come here and meet all you guys.
Questions? Oh, here we go.
What would you say would be your weirdest experience at a con?
There was one time Vic and I were in a panel together, and this girl was like, at the end of the panel, would you two touch my glass eye? And we were like,
whoa.
We were like, hell yeah, come on up here. Bring that glass eye up here. Let's poke you in the eye. And she came up and we were like, dunk, dunk. Oh my God. Your eye is made of glass. It's terrible. Oh God. Little like 15-year-old girl looks like this, really cute. And two old men are poking her in the eye. People walking in the room like, why are those grown men poking that young lady in the eye? And people are like, it's an anime convention. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. And you think about it, and like an anime con or a Comic Con, that's the only place where, like, if you have a glass eye and you're a 15-year-old girl, probably at school you're not like, I am glass eye girl. But at an anime con or a Comic Con, you're like, check out my glass eye. And people are like, that is awesome.
Which booth did you get that at?
Yeah, I want one too. She cosplays as a zombie. She'll pop out the eye and pour blood in the socket and be all like, ugh. And people are like, your cosplay is amazing. How did you do that? And she's like, when I was 6, riding my bike. And people are like, oh, God, And that's the amazing thing about conventions, that thing that would make you so embarrassed everywhere else gets to be the thing you're like, I am awesome because of this. So that's definitely the weirdest thing that has ever happened at a con.
This young person is being forced to ask a question, so.
Being forced?
Is it fun to play Dr. Stein?
No. It's kind of boring. I don't like it at all. It's very sad. No, it's awesome. Playing Dr. Stein was amazing. Especially getting to go mad. I like going mad. Becoming crazy is kind of fun. Because I think, like, crazy is actually not crazy. Like, what is crazy? Like, you know what crazy is? Crazy is like, I'm going to get $100,000 in debt going to college so I can get a job I hate and try not to kill myself by drinking beer at home. That's crazy, okay? Yeah. What is awesome is like, I like to make cats that look like octopuses and I'm going to sell them as stuffed animals. Right? And then you're like, oh, what do you do for a living? I make cats that look like octopuses, octokitties, and I'm a millionaire. It's a true story. Or like the lady, like one of the like highest paid people on YouTube, all she does is open Disney toys. All you see is her hands, and she's like, today we're gonna open the Ariel doll. I'm a millionaire. And you're like, why? That's awesome. And she didn't try to. She wasn't like, my devious plan to rule the world and become rich is I will open Disney toys. Oh, she's a genius. She was just like, I'm going to take video of me opening these toys. And that's the fun part about the internet and the way life is nowadays. If you love something enough and share it with the internet, eventually the other 11 million people who think just like you and are like, man, I love fish shoes too, or whatever it is, they're going to find you and be like, I will watch his video every single week or every month, and then you can make your living at it. It's kind of amazing. You don't have to be like, I'm going to do spreadsheets and try not to kill myself, right? You can be like, I love what I do. That's the new awesomeness about the internet. Also, I also love buying things from Amazon Prime. That's fun.
If you're not a Prime member, you're doing it wrong.
It's true.
You're just doing it wrong.
Sometimes we order we're out of dental floss. Should we drive 3 blocks down the street to the Walmart? Nah, let's just have it sent to us. Click. The dental floss will be here tomorrow. Free shipping. Yes, Stein, what is your question? Give a round of applause for our Stein cosplayer here.
What are some projects that you can actually talk about that you're working on right now?
I don't think I can talk about any of the anime ones I'm working on right now, although I am currently working on several anime projects. I just wrapped season 2 of a show called American Crime, which is on ABC.
Yeah.
Which just was nominated for several Golden Globes and Emmys and stuff, and so I'm a recurring character on that. Check it out, January 6th, American Crime. I play Dean Hansen, Dean of Students at the school where the crime takes place.
American Crime.
Starring Felicity Huffman and Timothy Hutton and Regina King. Awesome, awesome actors that I got to act with, which makes you feel awesome. Also, I have a movie coming out in February called Amerigeddon. That's a clever combination of the words America and Armageddon, in case you didn't get that. Where I play a Russian bad guy trying to take over the United States. I do. I am a Russian bad guy. I try to take guns away from Texans. And the Texans, they fight back because Texans have guns. And I die. Oh, spoiler. Come on, the Russian bad guy, you know he's gonna die. There's no way that dude's living through it. I was like, but what about Amerigeddon 2? I need to be in it. But maybe, we'll see. Directed by Chuck Norris' son, Mike Norris. I do get roundhouse kicked in the face, too. It's pretty awesome.
Probably just for showing up to work every day, right?
Yeah, no, that's all it was. It wasn't, it wasn't stunt acting. I just got kicked in the face.
That's what happens when you're Chuck Norris' son.
Right.
Jesus, as some people refer to him.
He's awesome. Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door. Chuck Norris jumps in the ocean. Chuck Norris doesn't get wet. The ocean gets Chuck Norris'd.
Nice. What about Star Trek?
Oh, yeah. Star Trek Continues, which Vic
Looks
Mignogna.
amazing.
It is amazing. It is. We it starts from, if you were any fans of the original series of Star Trek, original series fans, some original series fans, this covers all the missions from the end of the series to where the movies began. We're up to episode 6 and 7 that we've just started filming. Episode 5 just came out. We're going to film all the way up to, I think, 13 episodes total covering. So when we get to the end of our series, we will leave the crew where they were right before the movies started. And it's amazing. We film on a replica of the original sets. Grant Imahara from Mythbusters plays our Sulu. Chris Doohan, son of James Doohan, the original Scotty, plays our Scotty. People who watch it say that after about 3 minutes, they forget they're not watching the original Star Trek. It's that close to it.
Good stuff.
What does it feel like to play Austria from Italia?
It feels so silly. I love playing Austria. He's a very silly character. Stay away from my vital regions. Italia in general is just kind of an awesome series. It's just wicked funny. And I wrote it with Jamie Markey, the first 3 seasons she and I wrote together. And, it's got really, really awesome humor in it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Question?
What is your most memorable flub or gaffe that you've ever had for any acting?
Any Shin-Chan fans out there? Any Shin-Chan? A couple of Shin-Chan fans, all right. Hiro Nohara from Shin-Chan, like, not really, but like the animation, he came home from work. He was just kind of a working stiff. He came home from work and they changed the lights to like sexy lighting, and then they had him doing a striptease. So he's like, ooh, I'm Hiro, hot for Hiro. And I'm not really sexy striptease, dude. Really not. Not even close to it. And so it was really embarrassing for me to do it, and I turned bright red, and I don't get embarrassed all that often, so they locked me in the booth and played it over and over again, inviting people from Funimation in to watch me be embarrassed about my striptease being played over and over again. That was pretty hilarious and scary.
What's a good word for hilarious and scary? I can't.
Hairy.
You were very hairy, Chuck.
I was very hairy.
What is the funniest thing that happened while recording Hitalia?
While recording Italia, when they premiered the first episode at like Otakon in Baltimore in front of like 4,000 people, they told us, we said we were going to be pretty harsh with our humor for each of the countries. For those of you who don't know Hitalia, each character is a country, and it sort of follows their interpersonal relationships leading up to and during and after World War II, and even before in World War I. But one of the very first jokes in the very first episode, I forget who it is, comes up to Germany and goes, "I got you a present," and Germany goes, "What is it? Another Jew?" And then they were like, maybe that joke went a little too far. I was like, well, and the Funimation people were a little upset. I'm like, well, you should watch your shows before you air them, or read the scripts at least.
That should be someone's job, right?
Someone should do that. So after that, we got in a little bit of trouble.
If Soul Reader became a movie, who would you want to play as your character Stein?
Me. I would be Stein. If we shaved the beard and give me a wig, I could do it. Or, who else would be good? Johnny Depp. I don't know. You can say Johnny Depp for anything.
What are Emperor Pilaf's future plans?
To collect the Dragon Balls, of course, because I want to make more Zenny. Also, would you be my girlfriend? No, I'm kidding. I've got a girlfriend.
How do you prepare for your roles, like in anime especially?
We usually don't. A lot of times we get called in for a session and we don't even know what we're coming in for. So it's like, oh, I have 2 hours for this show. I wonder what show I'm going to do or what character. So there isn't a lot of preparation. But like when I do voices, I create the voices physically, and sometimes I create the voices by doing bad imitations. Sometimes people will come up to the table and be like, I do an amazing Vegeta, and I'm like, okay, let's hear your Vegeta, and they sound exactly like Vegeta. Are you taking a picture or recording? All right, so that just looked really weird. You're taking a video of me and I just went.
If you could do me a favor and like take a still of that and tag it JXNCON, that'd be great.
That's right. Everyone should totally tag JXNCON right now in their phones. But wait till I finish this story. What was the story I was telling?
Vegeta.
Oh, right. So, like, my Emperor Pilaf voice is actually my best imitation. Because, like, sometimes creating your own characters is doing a bad imitation. So, my Emperor Pilaf voice is really me doing my best imitation, which is bad, of a character named Edith Bunker from All in the Family. Oh, Archie! Oh, I'm Emperor Pilaf for sure. Oh, hi. So, Emperor Pilaf is really a 60-year-old woman from Queens. But yeah, doing a bad imitation is sometimes a really great original character.
Nice. Question? Do you have a question?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, what's your favorite thing about Austria?
My favorite thing about Austria is when I get him to do his favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger lines. Get to the chopper, I'll be back. I think because they both don't really sound Austrian. I don't know.
you said you were doing a new Star Trek series, right?
Right?
So, which movie set is it? Is it the originals
The
or
original,
the new
the
ones?
original.
With the
Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Yes, I
The
played Dr.
first
McCoy. Dr. McCoy, that's me. But it's the original.
Bones.
It looks like it's from straight out of the 60s.
It looks awesome. Like
Thank
it
you.
looks like it. It looks like
Exactly
you guys
like
filmed
the
it in
original
60s.
series,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing.
It's kind of awesome.
Regarding broadcast dubs, speaking from a voice actor's perspective, how do you feel about those versus traditional recording sessions?
Yeah,
How
so
those
the
get done?
broadcast dubs we have to do much quicker. Like we have to record them much quicker, and you have to be in town to make sure that you're there to. Because the broadcast dubs, I guess we basically do them almost on par with how they're coming out in Japan. They may be slightly behind, but so we're getting the video materials, and the writers have to write much quicker, and the directors have to. So it's a lot faster pace, and there's no like if you get cast in a broadcast dub, you can't cancel sessions. You got to be there. Like you can't be like, oh, I'm sorry, I went to Hawaii accidentally. Then they'll be like, oh, we accidentally recast you. So yeah, broadcast dubs are a little bit more intense, but I like them. I like that we're able to do that for the fans.
Are you excited for the new season of Italia?
Oh my goodness, yes. I can't wait to see Austria again. Assuming he's in it. He's in it, isn't he? Yeah, he's in it. Okay, thank God. Otherwise, I'd be sad. I think someone should do a Italia, but with United States. So there'll be a Texas state, you know. It'd be kind of awesome.
What's one of your favorite characters from Italia besides Austria himself?
I like Canada. No one can see me. I'm right here. I also like Japan is a lot of fun. Russia is weird. Russia's totally weird. Russia's mean and creepy. I also like Civitalia. I like all of them. They're all awesome. I mean, after Austria, who is the best ever.
What's the likeliness of you and Prussia getting together?
Oh my goodness, Prussia should stay away from my vital regions. I don't ship. I ship mostly when I ship FedEx and UPS. That's how I ship. I don't ship any of the characters together. I just can't. That's for you guys to do. It's a job hazard for me to ship.
Is there a line that people usually ask you to say?
A line that people ask me to say, Dragon of the Darkness, Flame. That's one of them. That's a Hiei line. Or Stein, I'm going to dissect you. That's about all I can think of right now.
Anybody else going once? Get you. I think that'll be all we have time for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Android 17 ever making a comeback?
Android 17 is a park ranger, apparently. That's what Akira Toriyama said. And yeah, he's a park ranger now. So I'm hoping in Dragon Ball Super he comes back as a park ranger and he's like, be sure to take care of your campsite, put out your fire properly, and be nice to the squirrel. Why are you being mean to that? So you should stop being mean to that squirrel. That camper won't be with us anymore. Feel free to enjoy our wilderness. I think that would be awesome. Just be like, I am peaceful. Nature makes me peaceful. I don't want to destroy everything anymore. You didn't put out your fire properly. I think that would be amazing.
Where can people find you on social media so they can keep up with all your
You can
stuff?
find me on the social media.
On there. How do they do that?
You go to the social media and find me.
It's a game. He's not going to give you any more information than
it's
that.
on Facebook, I am Chuck Huber. On Twitter, I am Chuck_Huber. It's basically my name, which sounds just like this. Chuck Huber. If you were to put that name in the Google with the Twitter or the Facebook after it, the great Google would tell you where I am, and then you could sneak up behind me and scare me digitally.
Except that there are fake Chuck Huber accounts on Twitter.
Are there fake Chuck Huber
Yeah,
accounts
there are
on Twitter?
people who are like fake you on Twitter.
Are they cool?
I just assume it's you.
Are they cool?
doing it? Is
Are they
fake
good?
you?
I would.
Yeah, they're good.
I would pay money for that if I didn't like. If someone could do my Twitter stuff.
You just move them
I'll
over.
tell you what I do. My Facebook and my Twitter, are connected to my Instagram. Actually, I take pictures on my Instagram and go, look, my shoe got bird poop on it, and I take a picture of it because everybody wants to desperately know. I wonder if Chuck's shoe has bird poop on it. Thank God I know now. And then I Instagram that, or as I like to call it, I gram it. And after I gram it, I say share to Twitter, which then tells my Facebook, and then my Facebook tells my Instagram, and then it goes around in a circle till the internet explodes.
Explode the internet with Chuck Huber. You should do a web series called that, where you just find weird
Blowing
things.
up Chuck Huber.
Blowing up Chuck Huber.
Sounds like a good one.
Give Chuck Huber a round of applause and blow him up later. I think you win the day. That may be like the best round of applause anyone's
All right,
gotten.
thank you. I appreciate that. Watch, mic drop, very light.